We might still be here. Maybe. No, it put me in a fucking tier 1. This fucking game, dude. This fucking game. I swear to God. One step away from my sniper rifle. Dude, I'm so fucking pissed. Wait, this is a tier 5. Okay. Do not fucking anteater me. I don't... No more errors, Bungie. No more errors. I'm gonna sit here and eat my... I'm pissed. Dude, no other game gets me as upset as this game. Why do you AFK? Because the game wastes my time. I'll eat. Let me ask you though, I've been pondering this. What exactly does lack of content mean? Because I can play old content and be happy. Like, my old content I liked is gone though. They took it away from me. But we never got to replay some of the stuff that we liked, and then they don't reward you for replaying like campaigns and stuff, which they should. Why would you not drop rewards? You're in the game. Reward people for playing it. That's all you need to do. I don't get it, dude. But yeah, this game has gotten to be way too grindy as well. They need to totally rework the weapon system. I should have my God Roll sniper by now, 100%.
So the meaning behind lack of content, when you're new, it's not an issue.
Right. Same with Destiny.
Correct. Now, when you're a veteran, like I was for 14 years, there's nothing you can do. Now, like again, if you're starting out new, you have tons and tons that you can do achievements. There's all kinds of dungeons and stuff to run. I mean, it's very good if you're new. But again, if you're someone who's been playing for 14 years, the only new stuff is the new content that comes out with every expansion. That's the only thing that's new. And WoW, Activision, brought out the new expansion last October. We had no patches, no new content until last Tuesday. So, however long that is, October to July, there was nothing new except running dungeons, raids, or grinding Torghast is what it's called this year for legendaries.
So what do you consider to be new content overall? Like what are you happy to see added to the game?
Well, when a new expansion comes out, it's a whole new zone. Sometimes there's new systems. It's just nice. So like for example, WoW, this expansion Shadowlands, they brought out Torghast, which is like a rogue like thing. You go in, go as far as you can go. You can either beat the boss or you use your lives up and you get kicked out of that dungeon. And then you have to get more power and then go back in it.
Okay.
There's a raid every patch, usually every major patch.
That's a lot of raids. So major patch, do you mean like patches or like new DLCs?
It's new patches. DLCs is the same word you can use. So the new game was 9.0. They had a 9.0.5 patch, but it was a small patch. It meant nothing. It didn't bring out any new content. It was just... Yes, exactly.
Yeah, for us, patches just fix things. Or break things, as you've seen us do. Usually they break things in Destiny.
Right. So now, there was a big patch, a new DLC you could call it, came out 9.1. That came out last Tuesday. Okay. And that brought a new zone, like a mini zone, more quests to do, kind of like your bounties, more bounties to do. And then in a week or two, I think it's 2 weeks, the new raid will come out.
Now, did you buy it, or are you actually done with WoW?
You have to buy the game, every expansion, and pay a monthly subscription.
But what did you do? Because you said you quit WoW.
Correct. All that means I bought the game, so I have it for its entire lifespan.
Oh, got you.
But my subscription is no longer
So
it's
you
turned
can't
off.
play it.
Correct, because I'm not paying a monthly subscription anymore.
Lordy.
So I have the game. The games usually last, the expansions, usually last anywhere from, they usually last 2 years. That's normal how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
So I have the game for 2 years until they come out with 10.0. So there'll be a patch 9.1.5 and a 9.2. Usually they go to 9.3, and that's usually the last DLC of the expansion. So now if I wanted to, what? Go ahead.
You've watched me play Destiny for years now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that this game is starting to approach the grindiness? Do you feel like this game started off with grindy like an MMO and it's just now starting to go in that territory? Or do you feel like Destiny has always been super grindy?
I have always felt like it's been super grindy.
Okay, and do you think it's gotten grindier?
I have not played lately, but watching you, it with them like excuse me, I'm trying to get the words out. With them getting rid of weapons, sunsetting, that's the word. With them sunsetting weapons, you have to grind more weapons. Like, you worked hard to get those weapons. Like, what's that Gambit gun that you had to get like 200 kills and win 40 matches and
Delirium? The machine gun?
Yes.
I fucking love that machine gun, dude, and it's sunset. I still use it. I love it.
Yeah. Like, you grinded for that for a purpose. You wanted that gun. And now they basically just threw it out.
Yeah.
And now they brought out something new, which you have to grind all over again. So.
And now I'm regrinding weapons I've already grinded before. It's just crazy.
That part there is nuts because you're grinding twice.
Yes.
So, which makes it more grindier.
And then a good argument people had with our transmog system, like, you should not pay for transmog, people. Like, honestly, Diablo, it should be like Diablo. The minute you earn an item, it goes into transmog. You don't pay for that shit. And that's how Destiny should be. So I worked my ass off to get all of the raid armor, all of it, on all 3 characters, and it wasn't easy, especially when you play a character you don't main. All of the raid armor, what, 8 raids? 7, 8 raids? And now I have to purchase the armor if I want to rock it out. Because they sunset it, so we all deleted it. And I had some good armor rolls, too, from those raids. So, yeah, the word for Bungie is incredibly unethical. Which is why, like I said, I've developed disdain for this company. I fucking hate them. And it's not just the game that Bungie needs to repair. They need to repair their relationship with their customers. Because they've been assholes towards us. Like, I'm here to grind some shit out and get some stuff in case the game gets better someday. Am I gonna play Destiny full time? No, I'm done playing. I'm done. I'm not playing this game full time anymore. We saw that 2 weeks ago when I started playing some other games full time. I'm not doing it. I'll still make content. I'll still grind out shit, but like, I'm not interested in making content full time for a game that just makes me angry and takes away things that I earn. I believe in earning things in life and using those things. And when I earn something and you take it away from me, hell no. Hell to the no, and that's what they did. Will I buy the DLC? I was kind of on the fence, leaning towards yes. Now I'm on the fence, leaning towards no. And I really don't have people to play the game with anymore because they've stopped. I showed you guys my friends list. I'll show you again. It is midday. It is midday. We have several people trying to sign in. Come on, drag over. A lot of these people I just know through people. This is actually a lot of people. We have 10 people on. That is a lot of people playing this game. Snorlax right here. He's not maining this game anymore. He's in here to get some shit done, but he's maining other games. But here's all my friends, guys. I think only about five people on this friends list I met outside of Destiny. Everyone else is a Destiny player who has largely stopped playing. Most of them don't really play Destiny anymore. God, people haven't even been online for a long time. It's crazy. They're tired of it. And I showed you guys the numbers. They've lost over 99% of their player base over the course of Destiny 2. Yeah, you're just kind of... Well, I still met you through Destiny because of Jay. We were in a Destiny discussion together. What's going on here?
But Bungie and Activision are both not listening to their player base, and they're just running with their own game, and they're destroying it. The players are hating every bit of it.
Honestly, dude, though, I think Activision is better than Bungie. I don't
know.
Bungie got way worse the minute they went away from Activision. Our leadership in Bungie is way worse than the Activision leadership. I'm kind of skeptical about the direction they're going to take Overwatch. It could be good, it could be bad.
I'm worried because Jeff left.
I'm worried, but at the same time, I think some of the problems are because of Jeff. So it's a wait and see kind of thing. You know?
Yeah.
But, dude, when I log on to Overwatch or Diablo 3 or Call of Duty Warzone, my games work. And they don't take my shit away. I have everything I've ever earned in Overwatch, and I've earned a lot. I have everything that I've earned in Warzone. And, dude, my very first gun that I ever built in Warzone is slaying this season. It's amazing, and I built it several seasons ago. You have to have return on investment. Yes, Activision is money fueled, but they look, they're a business. I'm never gonna fault a business for being a business. Why the f would you have a business if you don't make money? You're there to make money and employ people. However, you can be a moneymaker and have integrity. I'm not. And another thing about Bungie is I feel like they use charities to make themselves look good. I don't think they actually give a flying fuck about charities. I really don't. They're there to push a social agenda and to make the naive part of the player base believe that they actually care. Well, Bungie's good, they blah blah blah. No, dude, it's a business decision to support a charity. Like, they did the St. Jude's thing because Broman managed to just make it explode. And props to Broman. St. Jude's is an amazing charity. It's one of the few that I would give money to if I actually had the cash. Like, they do real things. Real things. And most of that money goes towards the kids. I'm perfectly fine with someone who's capable of leading an organization making a very comfortable living. Yeah, sure. $500,000 a year depending on the size of your charity, but like, dude, you should not be living in the swankiest of neighborhoods and making millions of dollars if you're actually concerned about the charity. I was the vice president of a statewide charity here in Michigan, and it was a volunteer job. I didn't make money doing it. I worked my ass off. It was a full-time job. So, but I believed in the cause. But, I mean, look at this game just doesn't work like it used to, and so why do I still play a game that makes me angry and disappoints me? So, Jezraya, you played WoW for 14 years, dude.
14 years.
That's like half of your life, maybe more.
Yeah.
So, tell me, you quit this winter, correct? Or was it this spring?
March. So yeah, this the end of spring. Spring. We'll just say spring. Yeah.
Okay. How long have you been thinking about leaving WoW?
It started the end of the last expansion, which would have been a year ago now. June, July last year.
A year ago, you thought about leaving the game.
Yeah.
And it took you probably about 9 months to leave.
Correct, because we, as a gamer, I had high hopes for the new expansion.
And I saw the marketing. I was like, when I saw the trailer at, I think it was E3, I was like, oh my god.
The trailers,
I want to play WoW.
they do immaculate trailers and cinematics.
Yeah, and I noticed Bungie's trailers have gone downhill since they left Activision. They're not anything like... I watch the old Vidocs and trailers, and it's like, oh my god, dude, I feel addicted to this game all over again. And then I watch the new ones, and it's like, there's like every trailer that's come out for Beyond Light, I'm just like, I'm not feeling it. So yeah, the marketing and advertising for Activision's amazing. And I want the company I do business with, I'm gonna call it my company, I'm a customer, I'm part of that equation. I want them to produce good marketing and sales content. I like feeling hyped up, and I used to watch, like, we used to play, I have a playlist on YouTube of all like the Vidocs and trailers, and I've been keeping it curated. And I would play through that list whenever I went on break. And dude, I'd come back from break feeling rejuvenated and hyped because I would listen to it in my headset as I was like making lunch or whatever. And the new stuff doesn't hype me, not at all. This is a different boss, I'm not getting a sniper. So, how hard of a decision was it for you to leave the game?
It was actually not very hard, just only because I've been thinking about it for a year.
Okay.
And then, like, the new content came out. It was great. It was all new stuff, new zone, new questing. And then once you get to, you know, your max level, all that's left is raiding. And we did raiding, which we started raiding October came out. Raiding started in November. Because it always takes a couple weeks to, you know, come out. So from November, December, January, February. February is when we stopped raiding. I've gone as far as I could go. I got as much armor level as I could get. And then after that, nothing.
What kind of rewards did you guys get for endgame content? Was it just armor and weapons, or did you get like crafting materials and...
Crafting materials are separate. Those you just go out into the world and gather them as you please.
Now, did you enjoy the raids and the dungeons?
Yes, they're always lots of fun because you have to learn them. You have to get better armor to progress. To, like, if you don't have enough DPS, you can't kill the boss in time, and then he kills you.
Now, during a period of content drought, would you be happy doing those raids and dungeons? Or is the prospect of reward equally as important as the experience?
Well, when you get to that end game raid, once you get the armor, you can't progress any further unless you go to the next level. So, for example, there are 4 levels in WoW for dungeoning.
Okay.
It's called LFR, looking for group. Then it goes to normal, then it goes to heroic, and then it goes to mythic.
Okay.
And each level gives you higher and higher gear. So I am a normal, I'm a heroic raider. So I go as far as I can on the 3rd tier, and then I stop because mythic is one-shotting territory. Like if you make one mistake,
like
everyone
a Grandmaster
dies.
Nightfall in Destiny.
Yes.
What do you think of that level of gameplay? Like, is that enjoyable for you, or would you be okay with the one-shotting territory if there was something different about that, or I don't know, why don't you play it? Is it just because it's one-shotting?
That is one of my main reasons. I cannot stand one-shot mechanics. I'm okay with 2-shot because, you know, if I get hit with something and I go, oh, ouch, that hurt, that took me to 20% of my health, I gotta, you know, think about what I just did. But don't one-shot me because I don't learn anything.
Exactly.
Like, I don't, like, what just hit me? How did I die? What's going on? Like, when you're one-shot, you can't see what happened. Because there's no kill cam in WoW. You just croak and your face plants to the floor.
And that's happened to me a lot in Grandmaster Nightfalls in Destiny. Now, chat, to be clear, a lot of you know this, but for those who don't, I have gotten the Conqueror title every season that it's been available in Destiny. So I'm perfectly capable of doing GM Nightfalls. I'm not carried. I do my part. I've saved it I've done Nightfall saving when my entire team would die. I've taken down 2 to 3 Grandmaster champions by myself just to save the Nightfall. It's been done. I'm capable, perfectly capable. So I'm not complaining because I can't do it. My complaint is I also don't like one-shot mechanics because, again, it's a waste of my time. Don't waste my time. I'm here to play a game and have fun. That's my #1 priority. And while I want a challenge, I feel like with the Grandmaster Nightfalls, a lot of them that I was in, and I do feel like they've gotten a little easier. Like the Kargan Nightfall, Insight Terminus, I think it's Insight, yeah. That one there, like, it was basically RNG whether or not you'd get a grenade to your head, and it would get stuck in you so you couldn't walk away from it. And I feel like the game just decided when you were gonna die. It wasn't a matter of your skill. The game just decided, hey, it's time for you to die. And it would happen. I don't like that. That's not fun. I also don't like the one-shot stuff because I would like... There's a lot of people in this community who would like to do GM Nightfalls, but I don't really want to take them in because they're not capable. And I don't like saying that because I don't want to tell people, oh, you suck. No, you just don't have the experience. I mean, the Nightfalls that I did, my first season, they'd take like 6 hours, 8 hours. We did one Nightfall, it took us like 3 or 4 days, and then I had to do an LFG to find some people who could actually stay alive with me. Because my teammates kept using up all the reses. They couldn't stay alive. And I feel like the GMs are designed in such a way that they're incredibly exclusive for, like, only certain players can do it. And I don't think that makes for a good video game. I mean, you want to have the challenge. Like, I've watched Aztecross's videos, and I understand, and I do agree to an extent. But Bungie's idea of making something challenging, I think simply I think preventing you from level capping, I think level capping you is an issue. Make the GM Nightfalls 25 levels above max, but let your artifact level you up. Honestly, if they did that, I'd be fine with it. Let me out-level the GM Nightfall. Because then you're getting rewarded for leveling up your character, and that is part of the game. But they're basically rendering most of what you do in the game useless. Guys, I'm level... Look at this. I'm level 345, and I took 2 weeks off with a season artifact bonus of plus 26, and it means nothing. It means nothing. And then all the other content scales up to me. Strikes will always be equally hard. They don't get easier. Why not? Let me have my power fantasy. Did you guys have a power fantasy in WoW?
I don't know what that means.
It
so
means
no.
that you can level up and just go crush shit. Once you get higher,
No.
you can go feel like a god.
The only way you could crush shit is to get better gear, which would be to push those higher tier raids.
Okay. But you could still crush shit after you got that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. So in Destiny, that's not a thing. I mean, some of the Nightfalls will feel easier because they are capped, but overall, where it matters, where it really matters, like GM Nightfalls, it's nothing. It means nothing. It means nothing. Like, why do you even level up your character? Honestly, it's a gatekeeping thing. Like, well, you can't go into the GM Nightfall unless you're 1325 or whatever the magic number is. How do you feel about leaving WoW after 14 years of playing the game? I'm gonna eat my taco.
Shockingly, I don't even feel anything. There is no remorse. There's no, oh man, I wish I never did. Nothing, which is really sad. It kind of actually shocks me that I have no inkling to go back and play. None. I mean, yes, new content came out this past Tuesday, and I have no desire, none whatsoever, to go back.
Do you feel relieved?
Relieved that I have more time now to play other games, because WoW is such a it's a time-consuming game. Like, if you're not on every day, you are behind the next day. It's that bad.
That is a complaint a lot of people are starting to have with Destiny.
You have to get on every day or you get punished for it. And there's no
time sink is painful.
There's no catch-up mechanics. Yeah, it's...
I don't even... and here's the thing. I don't think a video game should be designed to where you have to have catch-up mechanics. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like, I think it's okay that Bungie brings everyone up to a minimum light level every season. So if you were 1060 a year ago and you're just coming back to the game, you're going to be 1100 when you log in.
Yeah.
And then you level up this season just like everyone else had to do. But I don't think you should have to like purchase season pass levels. You can do that in COD, but it means nothing to gameplay. And it's kind of silly. Just play the game so you can use your points for something else. And I think in Destiny, I think the only problem with having to log in every day is you miss out on content and guns. You miss out on rewards if you don't log in every day. And I'm okay with rewards being seasonal. Like, I have armor sets no one will ever be able to get because I played those events. I'm fine with that. But your end game content in both PvP and PvE, I think, is ridiculously hard. I don't think it needs to be that hard. And the reason why PvP is hard is because of all the cheating. Because it's free to play, guys. People want to say it's because we don't have an anti-cheat. Look, I play Call of Duty. That's known for lots of cheaters. We see cheaters all the time. Overwatch cheating is really high end. Like, it's hard to tell who the cheaters are. But I actually came across a guy who I knew was wall hacking. I could tell on the replays. But it's rare. It's rare to notice them because it's so well done. In Destiny, it's blatantly obvious, and a lot of people go in just to troll with cheats, and because they're on free accounts. Cheating was not so bad in Destiny that people couldn't play it before it went free to play. So, like, I told this guy on Twitter, I'm like, you need to learn cause and effect. It's not that they don't have an anti-cheat, it's that it's free to play. And I've never seen a community ask for a developer to charge money for their game as much as I've seen the Destiny community to ask for it. And the Destiny people who are asking for them to charge for the game have left. It seems like most of them have left. 99% of the population is gone, guys. Over all of Destiny 2, 99% is gone. It's crazy. You'd think Bungie would look at those numbers and say, wow, we are on the wrong trajectory. We consistently make the wrong mistakes. Well, I mean, every mistake is wrong. But they never learn from their mistakes. They keep making the same mistakes. And people call them out all the time. You did this in D1. You did this before. You always, like, screw something up royally, and then you give us something little. Dangling the carrot, they call it. It's not cool. Do you think WoW could ever lure you back?
No. Me, no. I'm done.
There is a point of no return for any company, guys, any business, where if a company destroys their customers enough, the customers will never go back. Like, man.
Like, I mean, I just, for the first time ever, I just watched Taliesin and Evitel for their weekly reset because it had the new 9.1 patch on it. So I wanted to. They play every day. It's their livelihood. They play WoW. They make videos like you do for Destiny. So I checked them out just to see what it was like. And the Taliesin said the new content is great. He said I did it for a couple hours and it was really cool. And then he was like, "Okay, now what?" Like the new zone they opened up, you can do some exploring, small zone.
But what's the reward?
There are apparently there's quests to do. The reward is you have to grind out a reputation, so you go from friendly to honored to revered to exalted. So you like kill mobs or return artifacts for so many points. Again, grinding.
I love mob killing as long as the mobs aren't too strong because it lets me just play with my powers. Like it's fun, guys. Again, that's power fantasy. You just want to screw things up and just. I like to be able to throw a grenade. Chat sees me do this all the time. I'll throw a void grenade and then just float in the air and watch it destroy things, and then things kind of explode because it's part of my kit, and it's fun. I like explosions. It's great. I think as far as new content goes, yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say with the usually when WoW brings out new content, the mobs are always stronger
Mm-hmm.
than your previous stuff, which is again
Well, that makes sense.
understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then you have to again grind better gear, which the new raid doesn't come out for 2 weeks. So you're gonna have a 2 week period, which is gonna be tough, but not undoable.
Mm-hmm.
So then once the raid opens up, people will get better gear, and then it'll be basically a breeze to go back to that zone after 2 weeks and be like, oh look, these mobs don't hit me as hard anymore,
Yep.
so on and so forth.
That's less noticeable in Destiny these days. And I remember Forsaken, man, guys, level 600, Dreaming City, that was the level to shoot for. When Dreaming City first came out, we never even touched Rhea Silva because you started off in Valiant Mist, which was the easiest part, and then the Strand was the next. That was actually it might be the other way. We could. It started in the Strand with Petra because that's the lowest curse. So Strand wasn't too bad. Valiant Mist was manageable, and then Rhea Silva is the hardest part in the Dreaming City. I don't know if it's still like that, but it was. We couldn't even go there without getting just murdered. And the reason why is because they were different levels. So we just grinded up, and I was so proud. I felt like one of the big kids. I was so proud to get to level 6 whatever, so I could go to Rhea Silva and start doing the rest of my stuff in the Dreaming City. And I have fond memories of that. Like Forsaken was great for me. Um. Then what else was I gonna say? Oh, another thing that Destiny does is, we have all these scannables that we go after. They got rid of a lot of the scannables, which is stupid. You can't go scan the ghosts, and it teaches you like the different cool places you could go, and you learn about little alcoves that you didn't know existed. And they have like the cats and the rabbits, for example, on the Dreaming City and the Moon, respectively. And once you get them, you can never get them again. But you still get the currencies, like the small gifts from the Dreaming City, and then whatever it is you get for the bunnies. But you can't turn them in because once you turn it into a bunny, you never see it again. I think those should reset once you get your triumphs, so you can just go get all your bunnies and keep turning in those things. But Bungie's afraid to give people loot. Even if it's loot, I'm gonna delete. Like they're afraid to give us loot, and I don't get that mentality. Whereas Diablo, now okay, Diablo 3. I shit you not, chat. If I were to get on Diablo 3 today, play it for a couple days, I would have fun. I would be giggling. I'd be like, "Oh my god, look at all this loot. This is insane." I would have friends on playing Diablo 3 because they would see me playing it, they'd remember how fun it was, and they'd go back. The reason I don't play it every day is because it is incredibly just repetitive. The seasons never change. You do the exact same season grind.
Yep.
But yet Diablo 3 has a consistent player base that shows up every day, and they are addicted to the game. So repetitiveness in and of itself is not necessarily a bad thing, but here's what Diablo 3 does that Destiny, and I'm wondering if WoW is the same way as Destiny. Diablo 3 throws loot at you like crazy. Just here, have everything. Take it. You found the vault. Here's 6 billion gold that you're going to take forever to spend. Have fun. And it feels good to get all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And you can burn through it, absolutely, with crafting and stuff, but dude, it makes you feel good, and it's like, oh my god, I gotta go get another vault, so this is great. And you are okay with doing repetitive content because the rewards are insane. Like, I'm not saying the rewards are great. No, there's a difference between good rewards and insane rewards. They give you insane rewards in that they just chuck stuff at you. The rolls may not be good, but then you get to go to a crafting table and actually re-roll something. And I guess you could re-roll in Destiny, but you can't re-roll anything in Destiny 2. You just go get another bounty and do it all over again. And there's no guarantee you're going to get anything close to what you want. So it's...
That's the disheartening part. To like get a bounty and you're like, oh, I want to get this gun, and oh, I got a piece of armor. Let's do it again. Oh, I got a sniper instead of the pistol I wanted, and you're getting loot that's like heartbreaking. It's just like, I just ran this 6 times and I still didn't get what I wanted.
Well, I mean, I get the gun I want. Like, look at how many times I got my Tranquility. Is it Tranquility? Is that the gun that I've been grinding? It's the sniper. I deleted it. Wait, Tranquility might be. No, it's the other one. The Apostate is what I was going for. I deleted a bazillion Apostates today because the rolls were all crap. How much time? I put what, 2 hours into Altars of Sorrow? And then I have many, many days worth of altar grinding, weeks worth. I've been grinding altars on Sniper Day since the beginning of the season, trying to get my god roll, and I can't. And yet Glitch gets my god roll on like the first try, but
And that's another thing. Like you said, like in WoW raiding, like your best in slot armor piece could drop, but excuse me, there are other people in your guild or group who need that exact same weapon, and you only get the one piece from each boss. And then you have to decide, you have to roll basically. Whoever rolls the highest wins it, or however the groups decide to do it. So it could take you 3-4 weeks to get that armor piece.
Now, Glitch says if I could give it to you, I would. I used to be of the mindset, I don't think you should be able to give items to other people in Destiny. I thought the game was fine. And it was, because you could go grind out and get your stuff. Now we have so many rolls on our weapons, like the odds of getting your god roll is incredibly slim. And the work you have to put towards getting just one of them is a lot more time investment than it used to be. Dude, the drop rates in this game are terrible. And I think we're at a point where Destiny needs to allow you to do exactly what Diablo does. If you get an item, now if you craft an item for yourself, you can't share it with anybody. That's your item. It's locked to your account. But if you get an item, yeah. But if you get an item like Glitch gets the Apostate, within 24 hours you can give it to somebody else.
That's how WoW does it.
Yeah, like I think that's fair.
You have exactly 24 hours to trade loot with someone. Say you don't know if it's your best in slot or whatever, and you just want to sim it, or however they call it now these days. So you go check it out and do your research, and if it's not, then you log back on and say, hey, I don't need this. Who was, the next roller below me? And then you could trade it to him as long as it was in 24 hours.
Dude, my friends would have so many good guns because I do. I mean, come on. I have so many hours in the game. I've gotten incredible rolls multiple times over on most guns. And I'll delete god rolls because I already have them. Or it may not be a god roll for me, but like I know friends who like Killing Wind. I would get a god roll Killing Wind weapon that they would want, but it gets deleted because I don't like Killing Wind. And I already have my god roll, 5,000 hours in the game, chat. I shouldn't be grinding for moon weapons. And yet here I am. What I'd like to do is just go screw around in the world like I used to under Forsaken. I think Destiny has too much content. And that may be a little controversial. Because I don't think people think about what content really is. Under Forsaken, for example, we had Nightfall specific rewards, and I think they finally removed them. But people were getting drops, and they were sunset drops because those weapons had been sunset. But even recently, you'd go do a Nightfall, and you'd get like the Nightfall specific loot. Now they have 3 weapons that they'll give you each season, and they're on a 3-week rotation, and they're not attached to a specific Nightfall. And honestly, I hate it. I would much rather them attach a weapon to each specific Nightfall again. Don't change it. Like, Insight Terminus should have its weapon. Maybe update it so you can get new perks on it. But if people want that gun, let them go get a current version of it from that specific Nightfall. They keep reinventing the wheel. Also, we had, 3 or 4 machine guns in the game going into Beyond Light, and now we've gotten, 2 machine guns this season. I don't need that many machine guns. I really don't. Bungie is focusing too much on making rewards and not enough on making them obtainable and making the process fun. Also, XP. We level up by doing bounties. How do you level up in WoW?
There are multiple ways to level up. Exploring new zones gives you a little bit of experience points. Gathering your crafting materials gives you experience points. Killing mobs if they're a high level enough. Completing quests give you experience points. So, I mean, they give you a lot to level up pretty quickly. a lot of experience points.
We get experience from getting kills, and we might get some from completing activities, but honestly, activities is not how you level up in this game. It's negligible. If you want to level up in this game, you have to do bounties, and lots of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that really takes away from the intent of what the game should be, which is play the game. You
Mm-hmm.
know, if I want to get my best strike rewards, I'm better off going into a strike solo and completing the bounties and then leaving the strike without even finishing it. I mean, you guys may have seen me do that a bazillion times. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
do.
how WoW does it too. Their quests give you the most experience points, but it's not everywhere you can get it.
They should give
That's
you a
not the
ton for
only.
completing activities. That should be when you get your experience.
Yeah.
Again, it's not about the joy of playing the game, guys. It's about doing a freaking laundry list of items in a game. And it's crazy how video games have changed from like the 90s to now. Back in my day when I first started playing video games, you got experience points for completing things. And now it's just here's a quest, here's a bounty. And I'm tired of quests and bounty. I mean, I like quests that take you out in the world and have you do different things. And Bungie's gotten better about bringing those back in line with what they should be. But nah, dude, bounties shouldn't exist for like strikes. I think we should have bounties in the game, but they shouldn't be a primary focus. It should be like, oh man, I need some Dusklight to like upgrade this thing. I'm gonna go do some bounties with Devrim K to get some more Dusklight. That's what it should be. It should be for getting crafting materials, not XP. But kill 14 billion boars like in South Park episode. Dude, I don't remember
Yes.
that. Is that a new one or an
Yeah.
old one?
That's old.
Like, you want to try this gun, okay? Dude, and okay, I gotta put this on spectate because we're talking. Uh, that's what that's what Big Gun did the other day in Warzone. He was like, "You want to try my nail gun? Here." He puts it down, and different people could try it out. Yeah. So D1 what I want is D1. Is that what you're saying? Yes, dude. And when Phenomenal J gave me the tour of D1, we were arguing about pizza in Discord, and then it somehow ended up with him booting D1 up and showing us around. He showed us around the place, and I'm like, this is what I want for D2. Like, you can replay any campaign, any mission. You can play any Crucible mode you want at any time. It's just, I mean, there are some things about D1 that I don't think are perfect, but when it comes to the UI and the accessibility to content in the game, D1 is perfect. 100% perfect. That's what we need. As far as guns go, I think we need an actual crafting system that is more related to what Call of Duty does. I don't want that UI, but I like the idea of using a weapon, getting weapon XP, and applying that to upgrades. I think that's what they should do. You want your God roll weapon, then you need to use that weapon. 100%.
How comes they don't let you pick the perks on the gun like they do with armor? Or would that be too overpowered?
I mean, I can kind of understand because guns are the rewards. Like
Yeah, I mean, oh
they
yeah.
get you to play the activities to get the guns. The armor is there
Oh,
to
okay.
improve quality of life. And I don't.
So if you just, I see what you mean.
Yeah, because we used to have static roll armor where you'd get a piece that you wanted to rock out because it looked good, but you would never wear it. I
Hmm.
I had a vault full of beautiful armor, chat, that I never wore because it had crappy perks and stats. So Shadowkeep, I think armor went 100% in the right direction. I think armor is where it needs to be with one exception. No mod should be over 6 points. No mod. That should not be 7. I do use that on some builds. No mod should be over 6 points. I don't care how powerful it is. Stop it, Bungie. Like, stop the 9-point stuff. Again, that all goes back to people just enjoying the game and having fun and feeling powerful. You need to have that element to really like the game. They also do that in D1 as well. They let you pick perks, but you have to unlock them from XP gain. Which it makes sense. I mean, if you don't get to earn something, why would you play the game? Also, I think if they did that, I think if they shifted their weapon crafting system, well, first of all, we don't have a weapon crafting system. It's BS. Even though in the Vidoc, yeah, the Shadowkeep Vidoc, Luke Smith said you can go back to the table and you can just craft your weapon the way you want it. I.e., pick up a bounty. I forgot where I was for a minute. And just do a bounty. Guys, no. We can stop the bounties. Stop it. It's too bounty rich. But I do like Nightfall specific loot. And I'm okay with forcing you. I like the idea of having you use the weapon to unlock perks like you do in Call of Duty, because then you start to learn what the gun actually feels like. And then you start to discover what you actually want. Like I've told people, my god roll may not be your god roll. So, hold on a sec. I have this arc logic, which honestly feels a lot like my gnawing hunger. Like it feels really good, except it's arc. This is, in my opinion, the best roll ever. This thing shreds. I have other updated rolls of gnawing hunger, but this is the curated drop. I had to earn this twice, guys. Twice, because they sunset the first one I had. The first one had an expiration date, and then this one had it pushed out. But I had to go. Thank God Dag told me I could get this where I could get it, because you couldn't get it from Gambit anymore. But you cannot get this roll. Why? Because Overflow is gone. But this thing, I'm on the fence about appended mag. I typically don't go with this on auto rifles. I love tac mag on everything. But this gun taught me arrowhead break. How amazing it was. And so, for any of my auto-firing weapons, I now look to arrowhead break. I have it on this. This one feels good. This is my first one that I got. The second one I was testing out, it has dynamic sway. But you need to shoot a weapon for a while and ask yourself what you don't like about it. So this one here has God tier reload once I proc it, which isn't hard to do. You kill things. Like, this is a great roll. Holy wow, this is a great roll. But I would like to get dynamic sway on it. Dynamic sway comes in this column, so it could be fun. But if you use the weapon like you do in Warzone, and when I was leveling up my machine gun recently, my MG82, as I was leveling it up and trying to unlock perks, I was like, man, this thing just doesn't feel right. There's too much recoil, or there's too much scatter. I need to change this or do this, and it would cause me to go through the perks that I have and try to make it better. And some of them I was like, this is it for this, and then I'll look somewhere else to improve something else. And like I said, I don't want the COD system, but I want the concept. I really like the layout, the UI. I like a simple layout, but I think you should be able to unlock perks in every column and keep them, so you can keep your weapon relevant. Oh, we just released Killing Wind into the system for the first time ever. You can now get this on your one small step if you use that gun more. And I think it would be interesting. That would cause people to actually use some of their old weapons instead of a set meta. Like, you'd have a reason to go use your old weapons and grind them without having to regrind out the whole weapon. And I think people would feel a lot better because everything that they've accomplished in the game would still be there. Yeah, I like a smooth SMG with a fast reload. SMGs have definitely been different lately, and my friction fire is amazing. And I dare you to actually try this roll out. Like, if you get it, you might find that your roll is not that good. I'm just saying. This thing is God tier. The only thing I want is tac mag. I'm not going to throw this out the minute I get tac mag. I'm going to test it. But I want tac mag. But I don't normally go fluted barrel on SMGs. But dude, this threat detector? Oh my god, this thing's amazing. I never used threat detector until I got this gun and I tried it. And now I'm sold. But that's what I mean. You got to play with the weapon to figure out what you actually want on it. I'm pretty sure Aztecross would pick a different role, you know, depending on what he's using it for. But this thing is smooth and it destroys. And most of the friction fires I've gotten have been trash. So, yeah, I have ideas on how they can fix the system. And I will tell you, Jez, throughout my entire life, anytime I have walked away from something, like actually walked away from it, I was truly done with it. I never wanted to go back. And Destiny is getting dangerously close to that. Once I'm done with this game, I'm done with it. The game goes to a different level when you look for your own god rolls and not what people say. Yes, it's fun testing weapons. I've had a lot of fun with it. Oh, I know you love it, Glitch, but I'm saying grind out and test different things. Test it. Sympathetic Arsenal is just one perk. That's it. It's a perk. It has nothing to do with handling either. Like, I don't even know if you have good handling perks. And then ask yourself, do I like something with a lot of recoil or do I want it to be smoother? Like, what do I really want from this gun? There's more to friction fire than Sympathetic Arsenal. I'll ask people, though, I've had so many people in games say, oh man, I just got the god roll. And I'm like, oh cool, what's your god roll? I got Outlaw and Kill Clip. And it's like, okay, but what's your barrel and mag? Oh, well, I got like, and then they name off the 2 worst barrels and mags that you can get in the game. It's like a choppy weapon that you can't aim, but they got Outlaw and Kill Clip, you know? And it's like, that's not a god roll, dude. It's half a god roll. What I'm mad about is I earned this a few weeks ago. This sword is ridiculous. I've never gotten a good roll on this, and then I got this. I like Swordmaster, although I'll tell you, Heavy Guard saved my ass today when I was using it. But this should have been automatically unsunset. They should have just unsunset all of these weapons, period. Like, completely remove it from the game. And let me upgrade this. Because I earned this season, dude. Well, who cares if it's a season? I had earned it before anyway. And this here, I mean, hello? I think this is the roll, honestly. This is it. You have fluted, TAC-MAC, Threat Detector, and Sympathetic Arsenal? Okay, there you go. That's insane. Yup, that's insane. I have fluted with Threat Detector and Rampage. It's the TAC-MAG that's eluding me. It's insane. Jeez, Pete's. But Flared is the second best to TAC-MAG, in my opinion. This belongs on my hunter. Frickin' Glitch gets what I want, dude. I would take the, in my opinion though, I would take the Rampage over the TAC-MAG though. I was procking it so hardcore today. Okay. So I saw Asmongold has been playing World of Warcraft. Or not World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy 14.
That's where everyone's jumping.
Yes. Now, have you tried it?
I have tried. There's a free version out for Final Fantasy 14. So I have played it.
Okay.
You can go. The max level for Final Fantasy 14 is level 80 right now, I think. The free version lets you go to level 60.
Okay.
And then if you want to go any higher than that, then you need to buy the expansion to go to level 80.
So you actually get to give it a good, honest try before you move forward in the game.
Correct. Yes.
Now, how do you feel about Final Fantasy 14 in comparison with WoW?
I cannot say because I don't play it very often.
Mm-hmm.
So, from what I've played, like I have a level 13 archer. It's again a lot of questing. I haven't done any dungeoning because I'm still a little low level. Yeah, you can't get into dungeons till 15. But I mean, from what I played, it's enjoyable. But again, it's all new content, so it's all new and fresh to me.
Okay. Do you feel any excitement? Because you don't sound like you're excited about the new game.
About Final Fantasy 14?
Yeah.
I think the only thing that I don't really like is there's no like I don't have a guild or anyone to play with. Like,
Okay.
I have some friends who do play, but they're all really high level, so they really can't help me, so it's kind of like playing on my own.
Well,
But
what level are you right now?
in Final Fantasy,
Yeah.
I have 2 characters. One is level 9 and one is level 12.
Well, hell, give me a day and I'll jump on and play it with you.
Okay.
I can be a
I'll
noob.
have to let you know.
Because I'd like to try it out. I know
Yeah.
Nexus is addicted to it, but he's like super high level and he's trying to get friends into it. But I don't want to play with a high level person because, and I know you understand this when you play with people, and at Diablo I turn down people all the time. They're like, oh, let me play with you, I'll carry you up. And I'm like, I don't want you to carry me up. I want you to be on a brand new character with no points, and I want you to start fresh with me because that's the challenge. Like, I want to actually see what we can do as a group to level up fast.
Right.
You know, if it's middle of the season, I don't want to play with someone who's like 600 levels above me. They kill everything, or I can't kill anything that they're wanting to go into. And contacting Dusty 2 servers.
Oh no. See, I like that. I like being carried to max level because then if I'm playing by myself, I can grind on my own. Does that make sense?
It does.
Like, I hate leveling from 1 to 70. I hate it.
There are
It's too
situations,
slow.
but I keep trying to figure out how to do it better.
Yeah.
That's what I like to do. Because I'm a person who's always enjoyed creating efficiency.
Yeah.
In everything I do, whether it's work, pleasure, whatever, I like to improve things. And Diablo, I think I could be really good at Diablo, like really good, if I actually committed to the game. But like I said, it's too repetitive for me. There isn't any new content, although I really enjoy playing the campaign from time to time. And yeah, it's a cool game. I can honestly say after all these years, guys, I played Diablo 3 before I played Overwatch. Can honestly say I really enjoy that game, and it has the giggle factor. If I got into Diablo today, I would not get pissed off. I would not cuss out Blizzard. I would not get contacting Blizzard servers. Like, the game would work. It would be fun. They would throw loot at me, which would make me want to look for even more stuff. Like, you need to have enough rewards in order to cause people to want to continue grinding. And Destiny is such a disappointment every time you earn rewards. Like, oh wow, I just put all that time and effort and frustration. And yes, there's frustration in this game. To earning a weapon that I'm just going to delete. It's like, oh yay, one weapon and it's trash.
See, that's the thing that what you're saying about Diablo is, yes, they drop a lot of loot, but some of the loot is like not for you. Like it does no good for you.
Yeah, some of it's for other kinds of characters.
Yeah.
But the game is designed for you to play other characters.
Yes.
And you know, maybe Destiny should do that too. I don't know. Entice people to play other characters. Although I will say this season I did get a couple of exotics that had nothing to do with the character I was playing on. I think it foobarred on me. Yo, Teddy, how are you today? So I don't know what happened with that. Like, I'm like, why am I'm like, oh, a hunter exotic, and then I'd be like, I'm on my warlock. What? Just what? That doesn't happen in this game. I get a lot of barbarian armor though when I play wizard in Diablo.
I like the Crusader.
Okay. I've tried them all out a little bit. I think the Demon Hunter was one that I enjoyed to an extent.
Those are my second favorite.
I think, honestly, Monk was fun to an extent. But I like, Wizard lets me do my stupid stuff. It lets me do my magic and my crazy AoE stuff. And it's slow, and it's totally non-meta, and there are major disadvantages, but I have fun playing Wizard. I like my explosive meteor build, and...
Your arcane.
But that's just it, dude. You can play a shitty build in Diablo 3 and still have fun. You can't do that in Destiny. Overwatch is now... I think I was doing some reading up on it because I've been doing a lot of reading to see what other people have to say about it. And people mentioned Warzone and Overwatch, and they're like, But those are incredibly repetitive games. There's no new stuff. And it's like, okay, the difference between someone else brought up that those are competitive games, though. It's different. It's a different genre of game. But we both play Overwatch. And we both play Diablo. You played WoW. I play Destiny. Like, you don't have to be into one genre. I feel like Overwatch is an incredibly versatile game. And after I hate saying I'm a Destiny streamer, but come on, that's mostly what this community grew under. And I started going back to Overwatch. My Destiny community would come back and say, "You play Overwatch? What?" Like, they were surprised. And I'm like, dude, that's how I got my start as a streamer. Yeah, I play Overwatch. I've got a ton of hours in the game, and I still enjoy. I get pissed off like you do. Like, you're gonna rage in a competitive game, but like, I love it. It's a great game. It's fun, and I'm learning new characters. Like, I'm bad at so many characters, and like, I've been learning Ashe and having so much fun. And for me, I have to be at a point where I'm ready to learn a character before I can just go do it. I'm not there with Doomfist. I hate him. I didn't like Ashe when she first came out, but now I'm at a point where it's like, I'm kind of digging Ashe. Let's do this. And now I'm starting to make a difference on my team.
To all guardians of the sector, fallen ether catch inbound.
Genji I've had some fun with, but dude, I get so confused when I ult with him. I'm like, where am I? What direction do I need to go? What? Mata Mata to me. With Destiny, what was it? 2 months ago, I broke all the 180s out of my vault, chat. Some of you were here for that. And I discovered that a gun that I earned in the first season of Shadowkeep was amazing. Not only did I get a god roll, but I was now at a point where I actually appreciate it. Teddy, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Bear Den. Yes, I'm in spectate for a reason because we're talking and my chat's on the screen. I'm going to put this on YouTube.
Just checking.
And what was I saying? Oh, yeah. I think I can't remember the name of it. It was a Vex weapon. But it's Sunset, guys. I am finally at a point in my play style and just my development as a player where I could go back and use that gun and actually like it. And it's a 180. I've always hated 180s. But that gun feels amazing. But now that I actually can appreciate that gun, it's Sunset. Like, the new weapons that we have this season, the Tron weapons, I don't really like them, guys. I mean, some of them are really good, but I'm not using those weapons. I'm rocking moon weapons right now. Before this, I was using threat level and delirium. Like, I'm using Sunset weapons because I'm having more fun with them. The new weapons I find kind of boring, and I don't like grinding for them. I hate the activity. I do. And, like, Chroma Rush, come on, it's a great auto rifle. I just don't enjoy it. But, you know, maybe next year I will enjoy it. Of course, now that sunsetting's gone, next year I'll be ready to enjoy it when I finally get to that point. But Destiny is trying to push people into things that they're not necessarily ready for, and I always earn my god rolls. I always do my due diligence, but it doesn't mean I'm ready to use that yet. And for some reason, the developer is super butthurt about it. Like, we want you to use it now, and it's like, why? Why does it matter? Why can't I just... I'm playing your frickin' game and adding to your Steam numbers. You should be happy with that. That is what your goal should be. Your goal should not be to force Diebear to use a Chroma Rush in X and Y activities. Like, just be happy that I'm in your game. So, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why they have to force you to play a certain way. I just don't get it. But... this is the only game I've been in where they micromanage you to such a degree, and it's gotten progressively worse since they left Activision. And guys, I know Shadowkeep was under development while they were with Activision, but Bungie actually had full creative control for Shadowkeep. That was 100% a Bungie product. And it gave birth to the shit that we're in now. You know what's a fun gun? Arctic Haze. It tears through people. Yeah, dude, I have a decent Arctic Haze, but I feel like that gun can be way better than what I have. But I hate the process of trying to earn it. Again, I just don't want to go do mundane bounties on Europa to get my God roll Arctic Haze. At least the moon has altars. You know, I like altars as long as I have people queuing into my instance. But I just, yeah, I want to go do 20 lost sectors a day just to get a gun. I think you're a really good example of how if Bungie doesn't get their shit together, they will not only lose more players. Again, guys, since the birth of Destiny 2, they've lost over 99% of their player base. 99% is a lot.
Yeah, and the companies will never admit that it's going bad.
Yeah.
They'll never tell you the real numbers. They'll never. It's all player based.
Well,
Listen to the
Destiny
player base.
Tracker used to be where we got our numbers from, and one day I read about what happened to it because I'm like, why can't I find the numbers when I was looking for them? Come to find out, Bungie removed the ability of Destiny Tracker to be able to display those numbers because they felt that the user base was misinterpreting the data. Yes. So I had to go look up articles to get the original numbers. And those numbers are shown on the video that I posted last night, guys. You can find them. There's links in the description where you can go read the articles for yourself. And then with Steam, thanks to Steam and how that works, we now have data again. And Shadowkeep had a terrible launch. When you look at the history of Destiny 2, the Shadowkeep launch was absolute trash. Even though they did a good job hyping it. Absolute trash. And I don't know why. I do understand some people didn't like Forsaken. But to my knowledge, a lot of people loved Forsaken. And my circle of friends played consistently every day. Or at least every week. And we had things to grind for that were fun and you felt accomplished. And now it's just... get 500 auto rifle kills with the seasonal auto rifle, and it's like, why? Why are you making me do this? I don't get it.
If you'd like to support this channel, liking and commenting on the videos tells YouTube to share these videos with others who may find them useful. If you'd like to provide monetary support to help keep this channel up and running, visit my locals and subscribe star communities.